Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Hari Om Suddhaspadiga Sankasham Shuddha Vidya Pradayakam Shuddham Purnam Chidanandam Sadashivam Shraye Shankarupena Machittam Pankikritam Abhodhyaya Kim Kariyasya Samaya Shankaracharya Mashraye Sadashiva Samarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam Bharathi Karuna Patram Bharathi Padabhushanam Bharathi Padamarudham Bharathi Tirthamashraye Vidya Vinaya Sampannam Vitaragam Vivekinam Vande Vedanta Tattvabodha Vidushekara Bharatim Mala Sudha Kumbha Vibhoda Mudra Vidya Virajat Karavari Jatam Apara Karunya Sudhamburashim Sri Sharadambam Pranatosmi Nityam Om Vasudevendra Yogindram Natva Jnana Pradam Gurum Mumukshunam Hitarthaya Tattvabodho Bhidhiyate. Now we are in the topic of Jnana Phalan. Jnana Phalam, the benefit of the self-knowledge. Jīva Ātmā, Parama Ātmā, Aikyam, Jnana Phalan. The benefits are of two folds. Twofold benefits one will get out of this self-knowledge. The first one is Jivan Mukti. The benefit that one will enjoy even while living in this world. And the second benefit is Videha Mukti. What happens to the Jnani after his death? These are the two benefits. And we also saw the benefits of being a Jivan Mukta in the last class, and also in the very early class which some time back we discussed. One is Jignasa Nivrittihi, removal of self-ignorance. This is the first benefit of being a Jivan Mukta, acquiring the self-knowledge. Then the second benefit is Vidyananda Praptihi, the very knowledge which gives you the happiness. Karpanya Nivrittihi, no desperate dependence on external objects or people for permanent peace, security and happiness. Aghada Nivrittihi, emotional cushion or shock absorber to face any disturbing incidences in life or tragic moments in life. The last one is Dakshata Praptihi, efficiency in performing any action. These are the fivefold benefits of the self-knowledge. Now we are discussing the second benefit, that is Videha Mukti. At the time of death of the person who has acquired the self-knowledge, all the accumulated karmas will get destroyed, and therefore a jnani does not have another birth. The freedom from rebirth is called Videha Mukti, or to put in a positive language, merger with the God. Freedom from individuality is the merger with the totality. Therefore, Videha Mukti is nothing but Ishvara Praptihi. For example, when the river Ganga merges into the ocean, after the merger, Ganga loses her individuality, but it continues to exist in the form of ocean. We do not call it anymore Ganga, but total ocean. This is what we saw in the last class. That is, Brahmaivaham asmi iti aparoksha jnanena nikhila karma bandha vinirmukta syat. That is, the jnani is free from all the karmas. This will naturally lead to the question of what exactly is karma. Because the word karma does not have a regular dictionary meaning, which is any action. Karma is any action according to dictionary meaning. Therefore, our legs, hands, mouth, all those are called karmendriyani because they are the sense organs for action through which we perform action. Therefore, they are called karmendriyani, organs of action. Here, karma has a technical meaning, punyam and papam. Therefore, we have to study, we have to understand law of karma. This is a very, very important teaching, unique to the Vedas, unique to Hindu Dharma, Hindu scriptures. Now we will see what does this law of karma say. It says that every action a person does will produce two types of results called karma phalan. One result of action will be the visible benefit, drishta phalan, which is visible, which we can see and experience, which is purely based on physical action we do. But we know that behind every action there is an invisible motive. The intention behind an action is invisible. Therefore, the motive is not visible, and this motive definitely will also produce a result, which is once again not be visible. Because the motive is invisible, the result also will not be visible. That invisible result is called adrishta phalan. Since the motive can be positive or negative, adrishta phalan can also be positive or negative. Positive adrishta phalam is punyam, negative adrishta phalam is papam. Thus, depending on the motive or the intention of any action, we are gathering punyam or papam, as the case may be. See, for example, when a person is crossing a road, talking on the mobile. Nowadays, mobile is common, and it is very common sight. Unfortunately, it is not correct. But when a person is crossing the road, he sees the red signal on the other side, therefore he crosses. But he is also talking over the phone, so he is absorbed in the conversation. Suddenly, there is a two-wheeler coming from this side, which he has not seen. Fortunately for him, there is another person who has seen this and immediately goes and pulls this person back. So this person is shocked, he is surprised, and in the bargain, the mobile phone falls down. Luckily, nothing happens to the mobile phone and the person. The two-wheeler, he just whizzes past away, so there is no accident. Accident was averted. Now, the physical result of this pulling the person back has caused some disturbance, sometimes some injury, minor injury also. The phone also may have been spoiled, we don't know. These are the physical, visible result. But therefore the person immediately gets disturbed, immediately gets angry, and then sees the person who has helped him, who has pulled his shirt back. The moment he saw a two-wheeler whizzing past, then the angry face becomes one of very happy face. So he feels happy that this person has pulled him back, unmindful of the small injuries he has suffered. At least he has saved him from a big accident possible. Therefore, the person who has pulled the shirt, pulled this person back, the intention is to save that person. That intention is not visible, but the direct action, the physical result of his action is falling down of the other person. Therefore, there are two things here. One is the physical action and the physical result, immediate result, drishta phalan. But the invisible phalan, adrishta phalan, which is not visible, until the person realizes the aversion of the accident. So this invisible intention has helped that person. Therefore, the about to get angry person, the person who is about to get angry, he immediately changes his expression to that of gratitude. Therefore, he feels, I am happy that I am happy that you have saved me. Thank you very much. Then he walks off. This punyam and papam gets accumulated in the name of the individual jiva, adrishthapalam, which is invisible, and later gets converted into visible happy and unhappy experiences. That is, punyam gets converted into happy experience and papam gets converted into unfavorable experience. Thus, every punyam and papam is a seed, invisible seed of future pleasure and pain. Next question is, how long the punyam and papam will take to fructify, to get converted into pleasurable experience and miserable experience. Scriptures point out it is not uniform. We cannot tell that. The duration taken by punyam to give pleasurable experience and the duration taken for papam to give unfavorable experience is not uniform. Just as all types of seeds do not take the same amount of time for fructification into a tree and then yielding results, yielding fruits. Example, papaya tree. A papaya seed will take only few weeks to grow into a tree and yield fruits. Whereas a mango tree or a coconut tree may take 10 years or more to yield fruits. So the time taken by the seeds will be different. Similarly, the time taken for the invisible papam and punyam which we have gathered also will take time to fructify into pleasurable experience and unfavorable experience. Some of them may fructify immediately, some of them may take long time to fructify. For example, tomorrow he may get the benefit, or you may have to wait for weeks, months, years, decades, sometimes janma. Sometimes the punyam and papam may not come in this janma itself. Maybe it will take some more janmas to fructify. Because why this time delay? Because the fructification requires suitable, conducive atmosphere. A seed can grow into a tree only when the soil is proper, water is good, available also in right quantity. Only when the soil is proper, the temperature is appropriate, and also the elevation is proper. For example, the coffee or tea cannot be grown in place like Chennai. So elevation of the land is also important. Some punyam and papam may not fructify in this janma because it requires adequate, conducive atmosphere. All these unfructified, accumulated punyam and papam in several janmas before are called sanchita karma, accumulated papam and punyam. Similar to fixed deposit, which are cumulative. Interest is not earned immediately, interest is not encashed, but it gets accumulated with the fixed deposit. So similar to that, our earned punyam and papam gets accumulated, which is called sanchita karma. They are not yet fructified. Out of this sanchita karma, out of this accumulated papam and punyam, some portion gets fructified, is ready for fructification. Its gestation period is over, like the maturity of one fixed deposit, for example, and you want to encash it, therefore it gets over, your bank account gets credited. Similar to that, a portion or a bunch of sanchita karma which is mature is ready for fructification and it fructifies, which is called prarabdha karma. It matures fructification. Fructified sanchita karma is called prarabdha karma. And that prarabdha karma alone decides what type of body I should get. If it is punya prarabdham, body will be very favorable. Plant, animal, human being, which is all decided by prarabdha karma. In the human body also, whether it is male or female, healthy body or genetically unhealthy body, some deficiency is there, all of them are decided by prarabdha karma, not sanchita karma. And similarly, parentage, place of birth, rich family or otherwise, duration of life and what type of problems should come at what time, everything is decided by those, a small portion of the fructified punyam and papam from the accumulated punyam and papam. From the sanchita karma, a few are fructified and ready, and it is giving benefits in this janma, which is called prarabdha karma. During this life period, whenever you face an experience for which you have not worked for, there are a lot of instances, lot of experiences which you know very well that you have not worked for, but whether it is positive or negative, you are going through the experiences. The reason is, now you should know that the prarabdha karma, which is fructified from the huge balance of sanchita karma. I worked hard, I got salary, I got money, I got this benefit, that is very drishtapalam, so we know. But there are a lot of things for which you have not worked for, but you are getting the benefit, either positive or negative. It may be favorable condition, you may call it good luck. If it is unfavorable, people may call bad luck. Whatever comes without your working, now you should know it is the job of prarabdham. While we are exhausting the prarabdham, are we keeping quiet? No, we keep doing lot of actions, karmas are being done. So we keep accumulating some punyam and papam of the present actions. Whatever we do now, we are earning punyam and papam. The fresh arriving punyam and papam is called agami karma. Agami karma. That is the one which is earned in this janma. Because of my action, I am earning certain punyam or papam. Some of these punyam and papam may get fructified immediately, tomorrow, day after tomorrow, or within weeks or months or years, and I may experience pleasurable or unfavorable situation based on the karma. So that gets exhausted, which you will call prarabdham, which will get, it's all exhausted. That agami karma, which is earned in this janma, some of them may get exhausted. But the other portion of agami karma, which is earned in this janma, it may not fructify, because once again the conducive atmosphere is not there. All this, the balance of agami karma, they go and get accumulated, they go and get attached with sanchita karma. And the sanchita karma gets bigger and bigger. This unfructified agami karma will continue to remain in my account, in sanchita karma. Thus, I will exhaust my prarabdha karma, I will exhaust portion of agami karma, and when the body falls, that is when body dies, first of all we should know the very purpose of this janma, of this body, is exhaustion of karmas. That is the purpose of the body. Once the body falls at the time of death, because the prarabdha karma is over, nothing else, nothing more to fructify, therefore this person dies. The unexhausted agami karma which did not fructify in this janma gets added with sanchita karma bundle. Out of this sanchita karma alone, along with this unfructified, unexperienced, unexhausted agami karma, another bunch gets ready for fructification. It is similar to next fixed deposit getting ready to mature. How long it will take? Once again, we don't know. It will vary from karma to karma, and so we can never say whether next prarabdha will get ready immediately or later. We don't know when you will get a rebirth next time, and what will be the janma, whether it is animal, plant, human being, or stone, or anything, or fish, aquarium, the animals in the aquarium. We don't know. All of them depend on the sanchita karma, your karmas. When the sanchita karma, a portion of that gets ready to fructify, then the prarabdham starts, then you get the janma, and then all this cycle starts. So the next bunch of prarabdha gives next janma, another body, and that prarabdha gets exhausted while living, and while exhausting that prarabdha karma, you earn some more punyam and papam in the name of agami karma by your daily actions. Once again, some of them will get exhausted in that janma, and many of them will not get exhausted, therefore they get added to the sanchita karma. Once again, the prarabdham, that is the sanchita karma, gets fructified, prarabdham gets over, prarabdham gets ready, therefore you get another janma. So it is a cycle. So this karma, that is, the karma gets replenished and exhausted, replenished and exhausted. It's a big cycle, goes on and on and on. This is the story of ordinary ajnani, that is samsari. This is how the law of karma works. The question is, what will happen to all these three karmas for a jnani, a person who has acquired self-knowledge in this janma? What will happen to him? What are the karmas? Sanchita karma, that is accumulated, prarabdha karma, which is already fructified, and agami karma, which is earned in this janma. What will happen for a jnani? These are answered in the final portion of this text. Now the essence of the answer is, all the three karmas are exhausted or burnt at the time of death of a jnani. Account will show nil balance. There is no closing balance. It is zero. Therefore, the file is closed. No more janma for this jnani. Individuality is lost, is not there, and in its place, it is replaced by totality called Ishvara Praptihi. So, the next verse is, Karmani kathi vidhani santiti chet agami sanchita prarabdha bhedena trividhani santi. This is the next sloka. So, iti chet, if such a question is raised, what type of questions? That is, karmani kathividani. Karma means adrishtam, invisible, punyam and papa phalan. What will happen to these karmas? How many karmas are there? Kathividani. If such a question is raised, the reply given is agami sanchita prarabdha bhedena. One is called agami punya papam, second is called sanchita punya papam, and the last one is prarabdha punya papam. Trividhani santi. In this manner, there are three types of karma phalan, or punyam and papam. The next question is, what is agami karma, what is prarabdha karma, what is sanchita karma? The details of which we will see in the next class. Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.